Hey everyone, welcome back to another campsite build installment, and today we're going to be focusing on these two sections here, but I got some tweaking up I have to do here first. So remember in the last installment we did this piece here. This one's pretty much done to my satisfaction, and yeah, I'm still in a very small confined area, and I got plenty of stories to tell to you guys today. But I need to focus my attention back to this because I forgot to put some of the landscaping that goes around here and along the back of this here. So we're going to focus on that real quick. And I've been raiding the bins, trying to find more wedge plates and stuff. So we could stick a few wedge plates in here. And I'm thinking about starting over here first. I want to kind of come around like this. Well, they don't make inside corners that are green. A lot of us kind of want that. A couple of these here. Let's see if we shove that there. And that one's not going to work. So yeah, oh, how did that get in there? So I had the most rudest comment the other day from well, now I can say ex-viewer. You know, I do this stuff for fun. This is just meant to be just as a relaxation type thing. And when somebody gets really belligerently rude on where's their tutorial, and I had that set just like that, where's my tutorial? I had a guy who literally just got angry with me over that. I'll set that, you know, let me grab that. I was like, dude, what's your problem? But let me tell you, the comment was, you have been promising the tiny house for several months. Where's my tutorial? You're a liar. Something along those lines. And luckily for this kid, he caught me in a very bad mood that day. So I blocked him. I thought first, those are not your tutorials, they're mine. And two, where do you get off talking to somebody like that, especially an adult? And three, you're too young to be on YouTube. I blocked him. I thought, my goodness. I thought, oh man, what's with people today, I swear. So I have to make that video now of YouTube is not my job. And that's not the end of it. I had another one, but this one was an adult complaining about why don't I produce more videos like YouTubers so and so. You know. So I'm pretty much getting nasty now with those type of comments. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do about it? You know, let's do it like that, and we'll put a piece there. Or, well, I can't go any further here. As long as I have enough room for everything here. Fire ring, picnic table, barbecuer. But I was just like, your video? I don't think so. That's my video. So, I guess I could do it like that, huh? And we'll commit to that. And I just thought, oh no. So this was a little young kid that I had to block. Then I had the one with the adult that was just being kind of rude to me. And I thought, it's overdue. I have to make the video about YouTube is not my job. And I'm trying not to make these into a rant session, but some people just kind of rub me the wrong way, and I'm just like, okay, you know. And I mean, what can you do, right? I'm going to probably stick a little bit of a, make a little bit of a hill here, because we are going uphill in this area. And I thought, oh no. And now I see why YouTube is trying to block all these kids on here. You know, I mean, if they're behaving, I don't really care. Let me turn something down real quick. I've been playing Minecraft for a while. Let's get into some funner stuff here. I've been playing Minecraft, the new archaeological stuff, and I'm gonna say I'm really impressed with it. I'm gonna stick a 1x4 there. And yeah, that's, if you're ever into Minecraft, try out the beta version of the archaeological stuff, where you're going out and digging things up and stuff like that. You find ruins like in the middle of a forest, and you will not be disappointed. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I just can't wait till they release the final version of the thing. And yeah, I'm between jobs right now, so I can take a little breather. Okay, so I'm going to add a hookup here, electrical hookup, water, sewer here. Okay, this one doesn't have the sewage one, but we'll pretend that it does. So that's pretty much how it is. So that right there is finished. So I had to stop and do that while I was ranting. Now it looks better. I was like, something's missing, and I'm going to leave this part here kind of spewing out a little bit. I could put some more terrain here, like that. But we'll just leave it like this, and I'll just put some trees or something on that. You know, like there'll be a tree probably here, and stuff like that. So we'll blend it in. So today is going to be, now we can do the next part. So yeah, I had to block people for thinking YouTube's my job. Never thought I'd ever have to do that, but some people forced my hand into it. Okay, so here we are today. This is the other one on this side right here. We already did this side. Then I have to join them up here. So, this road is going to be the height with this. Okay? It's going to blend into this. Here's the height of this road here. Well, that ain't going to do me any good. So yeah, all you got to do today on this one is just fill it in. So I do have my trusty sandy yellow plates. Too bad that doesn't fit in there. I might be able to. Be nice to set that in there, but I can't. I may just... Do I have to take it all apart? No, I don't. I just have to pop out these plates here, or these bricks. And I'm at an odd number too. Because if I could drop this down, this would save me a bunch of time to set this in like this. Because it'd be a third here. This is perfect right here. Oh, wait a minute. No. I can't. Because this is only a third. I'd have to sink it down here, and then I'd have to plate it off here. So, I could fill that in if I need to, but it'd be better to put it there. So I would actually have to come in here, pop these loose, and get into here, making sure I'm hitting the second audio. And yeah, so let's start planning this out, because this is the driveway for this one here. And that means that here I just need to come in here and fill this in such a way to where it kind of smooths off. And I'm probably going to have to do it again right here. It's fine. It's terrain. It's not meant to be perfect. The only thing I'm going to have to do is pull this plate out of here real quick. So let me take my bricks over. I just started this corner with my fingernail. I'm just going to wiggle it in there a little bit. And I'm not going to try to get too aggressive. I just want to wiggle it out. I'm not going to change anything in there. I just need to pop out all these here and rearrange this in such a way that this fits in here. Okay. Then I got to put it back. So I need to build this one up a little bit. I'm just going to grab a couple of 2x4 plates. And it doesn't matter how prepared I come for doing these installments, I always forget something. Yeah, so I'm hoping, well, my goal is, my projected goal is by the end of May, I'm hoping to have the tour done by the end of May. Done, filmed, all that good stuff. You know, have I done anything? No, because I just started today. I'll probably have to get the studs here in a bit because I got to stud this up a little bit here. And I found a bunch of wedge plates in this color more than I have green, so that's even better. So, grab some of these out of the bin. Hang on to those. Well, I don't need that one. I need a gray one. Because I'm going to have to fix an offset here a little bit. And, yeah. YouTube is not my job. There we go. So now I just want to kind of build up this big area first. This road here is really quick. I just had to take this apart to remanipulate the ground. So that plate that I pulled out, I don't want to lose that. And we're going to put that back in. And honestly, guys and gals, the Lego community was never this rude back in the day. It's now we got a lot of these... we have a lot of Lego YouTubers now who pretty much promote the drama. And, well, sometimes they'll just mess with the wrong person. Like, for me, for example, I won't engage into argument. I'll just block you. Oh, these are slopes. I need the bricks. Yeah. I just don't have the time anymore. Taking care of parents, working full time, and then just kind of enjoying my Lego hobby, hang out with my friend. I don't have time. A lot of these guys who do this type of stuff, they don't have anything. It's like a troll, right? You get the internet trolls. You know, it's just like, really? I have other things to worry about. Wait a minute, we don't need two, we just need to put one in there. I don't want this plate to be too springy, so I'm gonna kind of add a bunch of these here. I'm just going to set a stud or two on the top. Why don't you choose plates? Because studs are so plentiful. You know. Kind of gets us in. For those who've never camped before, there's two versions. Tent camping and RV camping. RV camping could be travel trailers, tent trailers. You name it, that's what it is. Both of them are essentially the same thing. It's to get outside and spend time with family and friends. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Finding out my family prefers being indoors all the time. Well, if I could do these outside, I would. Either it's the loud music or something else I have to deal with out there. And I'd like to build me an outdoor studio on one side of my house. It's pretty quiet on one end, and I like to do that. So, you see me back butter these. Now today I'm just putting studs on here. And basically these are just going to be like our little pillars to... Remember over here on this last one I forgot to put something here? You can also stick a couple of these as little pebbles too. So I forgot to mention that. And yes, when you're working on this, you'll see something thinking, why don't I put that there? That would look much better, you know, so you'll do that too. And that's what you're going to do, is you're going to do that. Okay, now, we'll set that on there. Alright, and we'll start pressing it in. The studs are pretty easy. It's where the plates are at, I have to muscle it down. The road's supposed to be 2 bricks high. Well, we're not 2 bricks high yet because I had to do this. So now I do have some angler plates, and also one thing I forgot to mention over here, this looks too squared. So I'm going to come in here and kind of add some 1x plates over there too to kind of make it not look like it's just steps going up the hill. Okay, now we can't put this bad boy back in yet because, let me set that there. I still got to come in here and fill this in. Hey, which we could do now. It just so happens, do I even have a container for those? Well, let me dump them in the one that I just used. I still got these left to use, but I have a bunch of wedge plates that I can put in there. I've been, like I said, I've been raiding through the bins, trying to pop out as many, and I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. These are good for like putting trees or something in the middle of something, but I'm not going to need these, so I'm going to stuff those in another bin. I got plenty of these. So. Alright, something like this. This is only 1 plate off from here. So I could come in here and shove something like this in here. Well, provided I get it in there correctly. Something like that. And then I can slowly build it up. First we got to get through all the undesirables. That's pretty much the same as this. So, I said the road was straightforward. I didn't say it was going to be easy. Let's say we shove that there. I'm going to bring the road up here. The driveway comes right here. My honest opinion is to keep it as much as possible. Like I can come in here and use these. Right back here. This is backwards, so won't do me any good. I got a lot of backwards ones. Here's another one of these. This is part of the driveway here. I can tickle this corner here and it'd be fine. I can come in here and do that. But the road is right here. So I may want to think twice about using that there. Oh, I did get another rude comment a few days ago about I build too slow. Well, I'm not into a race on this until I'm here to enjoy the hobby, not to say I can build it in so much amount of time. It's not a speed build. I think it's just people trying to ruin the hobby for me. Now, I'm not committing. I'm just barely tacking them down on here. As you can see now, that looks pretty good. Now we got this nice driveway here. Now I can wrap around here, and it would be fine. Now, I need to fill underneath this guy here. I can shove bricks in this if I want to. Now remember, I already pulled a bunch of this stuff out here. So what I'm going to plan on doing is shove something there like that. It's even, that's all that matters. Have this odd spot here. I can just tuck a plate in there if desired. I'm looking for more wedges. I think these are equivalent here. Yeah, they're pretty close. I'm just trying to find ways to add a little bit of a terrain depth to this so I don't have to, you know, plate everything off or whatever. Remember, this is going to sit on top like that. And that sticks out too far. Do I have a regular one of those? I have a smaller version of it. About half that size. Yeah, that's kind of pushing it there. Of course, I can mix some round ones up too. And that's I don't have any straight 4x4s with the net core, but this is about as close as I have. So if I shove that there, that would be okay, but then I've got a corner right here. Now I got to fill this in somehow. And I'd have to come in here and do that. I mean, it's fine. And just kind of come in here and do that. It's just a little too harsh here. Okay. I could always just come in here and stick like a couple of 2x4s in there, which I have right here. I can come in and do that. And that would be okay too. I just want to avoid this 3x3 thing. So let's say I were to come in here and commit and set that down there. That would be okay. Would there be enough support under there? Yeah, it depends. If I do that though, I can come in here and do that. Something like that. It'd be like this here. And then this right here would just be part of the road. This might be a little too steep for this. This is why people say I build too slow. But I'm enjoying my hobby. And then we come in here like this. Okay. I don't like that there. This is a little too much. Well, what if... I also got to remember, too, I got to come up here and do something like that, too. Because that's too square there. I can even shove this here, too. Like this, but this stops it, too. I don't want to go any more. I think this might be better here. Might be better well suited there. And that means I can come in here and I can take another wedge plate there, and now I'm starting to get this corner here built up here. Sometimes I won't be able to avoid it. I'm going to have to, could I shove this here? I could, and it looks okay. Just put a 1x2 there and kind of tape around this corner with one of these right there. And then there you go. And then you can just, I can just simply shove that in there. Now mind you, this thing here is just tacked in, but I'd say it's pretty good. I would rather build this out one more level if possible. So I can come in here and do that. Or I can just push this guy out here one more. Leave it like that. Just fill this in with a pair of 1x4s, or I could put a 1x4 in here, and I don't have a small one that fits here, so I'll probably just stick maybe a 1x2 and a 2x2 and a 1x6. I don't know yet. Usually smaller plates are easier to mess with. And still got the road coming up that way, which is fine. So I guess we can. Now mind you, I got to come in and fill that with terrain too. I may only be focusing on just this section today. I thought it was going to be easy. No, it's not. See, like here's the road. This road's going to go like this. I still got to fill in this area here. Well, this is the height I could put bricks in right here. No, I can't. But I'm going to stick some of those. This is actually the driveway, so here's the road. So, it's just spilling in the road too much. If I push this one here, it looks a little better. Okay, so I think I'm going to do that. Now I can't put this guy in here yet because I got to fill in back here, and I'm going to be honest, I was hoping to just set the next row a step up from here. Oh, and I noticed something too, that there's going to be a little bit of springing action in the back here. Let me peel these back here a little bit. Now I may have to pop it loose. These studs are kind of not where I want them to be. Jay, I can build that faster than you. Oh, good. Let's see your end results when you're done. I'll guarantee you, you will not like the results when you're done with your build. Well, let's just take the whole thing out then, huh? Including the bricks. Okay, I need to put another pylon under there. And then I'll set this back in there. Yeah, well, that was bound to happen. Well, wait a minute. Something's not fitting. Oh, when we don't need that then. Just shove that back in there. Okay, now I can proceed on here with this. The plate wouldn't come up, but the rest of it did. There we go. Now it's not springy there. Because now the next plate here, and that kind of works out right here. Now, I could do, or I could stick that, or I could just use this. Because this is going to be right here. Okay. I could remove all this and stick that in there, but I kind of want to keep some of these bricks here too. So, that having been said, I'd like to drag this thing out a bit more. I always say don't use odd numbers, but sometimes I may have to, just to kind of wrap this around this corner. I don't want to plate it all off, and I want this to be up to the same height. So, I'm going to have to just do that. It won't be too bad. Because I could just come in here. I just need to stick 2 plates. I just need to stick a row of plates here. Actually, it's 2 plates. Bring it up here, and there'll be a plate in the back. Or I could just stick some 1x plates and just fill the remainder in with brick. Would be easier. That leaves this here, which is actually works out because this is a 4. And I don't have any more 4x plates left in this color. So we'll be bricking that in now, and that's pretty much easy. So, or I can brick the whole thing in. And which one would be easier to do? Both of them would take about the same amount of time. But honestly, though, you know, I want to save those when I have something a little easier. I don't want to have to plate all that in. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you a different way of doing things here. We're going to brick all that in. Now, I don't know if I have a lot of tan or not. I do have the 1x or the 2x2s, but let's drag out the 2x4 bin again. Here I said I wasn't going to drag out so many bins, and yeah, so we're going to need to move a bunch of stuff around. What you think is going to be easy is actually going to be tougher. So I got to move some of these plates out of the way since I've been grading the bins. I got one. Alright, I need to pull out a bunch of these. I'm just going to do 5 big large handfuls. And I'm just going to grab a bunch of oddball colors along with nougat, dark tan. Plenty, and just showing you guys, I don't want to get too carried away with this here. Which one would be easier? It just depends. I think I'm going to use the plate method. I got a couple of these, and what you do is you'd make them like cobblestones. You'd set something like this, and you would just drape them on the top. And looking at this more and more, it's going to be kind of wasteful. Or I could just shove these in here. Huh. And I could just actually overlap that. Oh, here's a 4x6 that is. Well, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, let's do this, okay? And the reason being is that if I do that, it'll speed me through this here. And then I can come in here and just kind of fill these in or move these out a bit. So let's go and do that. I'm going to need to get a bunch of 4s and 6s, and then we'll start building that up. So yeah, that's pretty much how I'm going to do it. I've been finding more of those big plates too, raiding the other bins. I think that was all the big bins I had to raid and pull all the parts out of. So in today's installment, it's just roads pretty much. I'm only going to work for about an hour or so, and that's it. If I don't get it done, then I just don't get it done. You know. But gee, I can have that done in a day. I can have that done in 10 minutes. And let's see the results when you have it done in 10 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to come in here and just plate these off like that. Alright, stick these in here, and I'm just gonna offset things, but remember I want to keep this at a 6 here. These are 6s because I may move that around and fill a whole brick in there. I always overlap my joints, and I'm just gonna have to, ooh, you know what? Let me pull that out. Well, let me get a brick separator and pull it out. Alright. I got a bunch of plates just falling all over the floor. It gets pretty messy when you're doing terrain. Let me get a pair of 2x6s and we'll just fill that in. And then after that, remember I have to plan ahead because I will be adding more onto this series in the future, and there'll be more roads going around and all that crazy stuff. And then here, we'll shove these here, and that'll take care of that. Okay, now I can do this. And I don't need, best thing to do is use some 2x4s in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have these sitting right up against here. Well, there's not enough support there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get some more oddball colors in here. And now I can set these here like that. And then I can set that there. Okay. Let me grab a few more of those really wacky colors. Then once I get it all situated, we'll start plating it in, and then we'll be done. So set that there, set that one there. Here's already done, so I don't have to worry about it. But I also want to plan ahead for my joints, so just do something like that. I'm going to put it in here. And oh, wait a minute, hold on, I'm starting at the wrong end. We want to start at this end here. That goes there, and this just sits on top. Okay. And let's put these more in the middle here. All right. Now we can grab some more studs, and then we'll backfill it in. And I'll stick one here in the corner there. Let me pull out all the oddball colors here. Just throw the brown ones in the corner. Because I'm going to save the brown ones for other builds. And yes, it's a lot of work to do these. As you can tell, the thing is pretty cool. Let's keep the gray ones out too. I may use the gray ones for something else. Spring green I'll hold on to because I have another build that requires those. This is supposed to go there. No, yeah, it's got to go there. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm messing up here. Before I do anything, okay, I'm making sure. It looked like it was some kind of odd number, but no. That's how it is. And then now I can put this guy here and then kind of muscle the back part in here. Now, if you want to prevent this, just use some 1x plates instead of using 2x's. You don't have to put it as in many tubes. There we go. Got that part of the road in there. And that means I can start coming up here and we can start working on this part, this big hole here. Okay, we're still not done with that area yet, but I think today we're just going to focus on this area here. As you can see, it's taken a long time. Yes, and I notice when I'm editing these, I do talk a lot in these. Would you rather have me talking or play piano music? And never mind, don't answer that. I'll probably have somebody says, yes, please, I want some piano music. You won't find that on my channel. Now, you could just stick some 1x2 plates in there instead of doing the stud method, but since I have plenty of studs and most people have tons of studs in their collection, I think the only studs I've ever bought was dark orange and medium nougat studs, because those are kind of rare for me. Everything else has pretty much been provided by other sets. Keep the earth tones. I just need to get like no, I don't want that one. Tan's fine because we don't care. Okay, now I can shove this in here. Now this doesn't have a lot of support, so I am going to grab, what's with all the brown pieces that I keep grabbing, or is that just a color that I just don't want to use? Let me look. I'm kind of just reaching over my shoulder blindly and just hoping for something to go in there. There we go. Well, we don't use purple. There we go. Now I can plop that down in there like that. Okay, let's get that mush down in there. There you go. Got one more piece left here. And then I can start piecing this together, making this look good. Now, wherever that piece went, I don't know. Oh, there it is. All right, get this last one. And I got to go on this side here too. And I'm not forcing it down all the way. I'm just gonna line it up and then press it down pretty firm. And then there you go. Okay, not too bad. This is too square here. So what I can do is use a couple of these. Okay. And then remember right here, we were talking about something like this here. Well, if I come in here and do this, kind of, and I'll put maybe like a 1x4 plate in there or something like that to kind of give it some smoothness. Remember the driveway's here too, so I got to plan ahead right here. I think that's fine, and then just fill this hole in here with some plates. The driveway comes right here, and then it stops, but it also kind of goes this way a little bit. So this is all tan in here, and I'm happy with this. Here is a little too sharp of a corner. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about it, but that's pretty much what I'm going to do. So let's commit and press down on all that now. And then let me get a 1x4 and fill that in there. And I have to find the bin that I just had. Yeah, you will. The more bins you set out, the more you'll get lost. So that's normal. And we'll do another hand scoop here, because I'm going to start pulling out 2x4s of this type of brick. And then we'll set that there, and there you go. And we're pretty much done with the rough portion of the road here. I'm going to turn my attention here. There will be some terrain that will sit on top of these and a little bit on here. So now I got to start focusing on the terrain in this area. So the first thing I'd like to do, we need to fill this in here first. Best way to do that is maybe get a 2x4 and a 1x4 here. Or I can just shove something like that in there, but remember I had that one weird piece here. And I don't have any more of these right here. Here's a smaller one. If I shove that there, then I can hide that a bit. It kind of blends that in a little bit. And right here, we're just going to come in here and stick something else in here. I could do that. Or I need to find this piece like that. Would be perfect in that corner. I have this, but it sticks out too far there. Yeah, lots of trial and error, lots of guessing. Or just, I got all the ones that go this way. This is all the ones I have. Either A, I didn't go through them all, or B, or, you know. Wait a minute, I do need them to go that way. Now I'm finding them to go that way. All right. So you come in here like this. I got smaller ones too. I could just do that. That sticks out too far here. So I wish I had like a little 2x2 plate that I could shove in the corner. Oh, I do. Oh. Sadly, though, it's the wrong way. I needed to go this way. Oh, that would have worked perfect, too. Yeah, well, I can't have it all, I guess. And in here, I could just shove a 2x3 or just put a 2x4 here. All right. Okay, let's focus here first. I'm going to need to get. I'm going to get me a 2x4 and a 1x4. And then I think I already have the 2x4s up here. No, I gotta go get more. And then a 1x4. And time to raid the bin again. You know, I'm just going to pull the whole booger out because it's impossible to see it in there. Well, it seems like that color's getting to be scarce too. Well, that tells me what parts I need to buy if I ever want to do another one of these. And a little bit of a tidbit for you guys and gals who want to know is that this was only supposed to be a 2x2 base plate deal, 4 base plates. It was never meant to be 6. So that kind of just tells me otherwise what I need to get. Stick that there. And why do you think I haven't committed to that yet? Stick that there. And then I can shove this in here, but not yet, because I got to put a brick in there. I think a 1x2 brick will be enough. And put some 1x's in here. This is the driveway. I want to come up to about here. So then you get a bunch of tans, or dark tan, sand yellow, whatever you want to call it. And I think the best thing to do, that color I don't have a lot of in brick form. I found one. Oh, and how long am I going to keep this build around for? Probably about 30, 40 days, and then it's gone. I don't keep my builds around forever. For those who want to know. You're going to take that apart? Yeah, I can't keep them all. I don't have the space. And then we'll stick something right here. Well, we can take a 1x2, or, because I want it to kind of go like that. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. And now I just got to do is get a 1x. Well, you know what? I could have made that even in there. How would I get those out? Take a brick, set it on the previous one, and it should just pop it right out. Take the brick, set it right on top of that, pops it right out. Okay. And now, I just fill that in. I just gotta fill that hole in there, and then we are done with that portion of the road. Provided I can find the sand yellow brick. Okay. Now slide that back in. I'm just going to rough that in there. You know, maybe this corner just sticks out a little too hard. I'd like to soften that up a bit, but if I had one that worked like that, I don't. I have this one here. This is a 4x10. Could just shove in a 1x3 here, which I may have to do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and place this big plate down now. Snap, crackle, pop. Let's hope it's not going to be nothing bad. And I'm not referring to the cereal too. Oh, I see what happened. That right there was something I was afraid was going to happen. Well, we're going to have to pop that back out again and fix that. So to prevent that from happening, I'm going to shove 2 studs in that corner. In fact, to prevent that from happening even further, just going to back butter it, set it in there. I knew that went in there too smooth. Any more problems? No? Okay. There we go. All right, now let's, I think for this installment today, and we've been recording now for 48 minutes, I think today I'm just going to focus on this one here. Okay, I'm not going to spend, they've been getting probably an hour and a half, close to 2 hours on these things, and I don't want to make them too long. I have to edit these, and I want to have to edit long videos. So I can shove plates in or I can shove bricks. Well, today it's its lucky day. I'm going to shove bricks in there. Okay, I'm just going to do this. Make some cobblestones. Set them in there like that. Oh, wait a minute, we can't. I just realized something. You know why? Guess what? Yeah. Now, if you don't have enough of those, you could just take your bricks and put some studs on the bottom and raise them up too. How do you deal with this? You just have to find smaller pieces. And I think there was a 4x6 here, and it just doesn't quite fit. If I did that, and then I just have to focus in that hole right there, stick that there, and that would be good enough for me. Okay. And yeah, I'm running out of plates. Like I said, I was only meant to do 4 of these, not 6. So, well, let's get it going here. Let's get going. So I'm going to raise this up here, and this will stay here. That's part of the driveway there. And yeah, we're going to have to fill in that hole. There's no way around it. So let's fill it in. At least I only need 2 studs for these. I'm going to go ahead and pre-prime this with studs. Wait a minute, if I'm going to stick a... No, I can't stick cobble in there. I'll actually have to do this one like that. So I would stick this in here like that. Stick this one in here. And let me get a 2x6. Let me get a 1x6 plate this time. And we'll take care of this corner here. Okay. And then, yeah, there we go. Now we got to fill in here. This up here is not too bad. Notice you're seeing more of the parts, and you're seeing what I'm working on here. Should slide this down here because we're done with this section here anyways. So yeah, at least I added all that in there. And let me slide some of this over here, and now we got a better view of it for you. All right. Okay. And then let's see here. So now here's going to be plated here. Let me go over the top a little bit of this. This is the driveway here. So I'm actually going to have to put plates in here, or I can just shove these on top, which that doesn't look too bad there. And as a matter of fact, I could have just shoved a whole brick in that, huh? I don't have any 2x3s. Remember, the road is going to go like this. I don't want to get too crazy with it here. So if I were to shove that in there, that right there would work. And then just fill that in somehow. You know, so there we go. We're getting somewhere here, and it would just kind of run around here, or I could do that. That would be fine, but that just kind of looks kind of harsh. Or I can stick another one of these right here, and you got a little bit of a hole there. I just need to patch that up. This is sticking out too far. Why don't I just stick that there? Just, you know, oh, that's right. We were talking about filling with some wedges, huh? So just stick that in there like that. And hate when you don't have the right size to make it all work. I'd have to peel this guy up a bit. Here it looks better. And then I can come in here. I actually can just do that. Of course, it doesn't stay in there. This will fall out. Yeah, I just need a stick. Just a set of studs in the back. And just put it in there like that. Here's my terrain here. Do we have anything that's a little more pronounced than that? Let's see here. I wish I had these in just that size instead of that. Oh yeah, I do have one. So I can come in here and just do that. Just shove a pillar in there and be done with it. Okay, so it'll be like this here. And then just fill this right here with a 2x4 plate and just kind of fill in with something there. Yeah, let's do that. I want to kind of leave it jagged. You really can't get crazy in here. I mean, because here, in this area right here, I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to place a 2x4 plate. Okay, so we're going to do that. And I'm not going to stack two of these on top of one another. So I do have two of these. If I shove that there, this piece just kind of protrudes. I kind of want to soften that corner up a bit. It just still bothers me there. So yeah, what I thought was going to be easy is not. Or I can do that. or something like this and just push this back. Actually, I like that a little better. So that's perfect. I just need to fill this hole in here, and then that's it, and this here. Okay, so let's get going on, let's fill this hole in first. Let me get a 2x4 plate, and oh, there's a bunch on the top that I was passing up. Let's see here, any more in there? I need to get me a 1x4 for that one area, because we're gonna finish some stuff up now. Let's work on this corner here first. And then I'm just going to do this. There you go, right there. Then I can come in here and fill this in with some rocks or whatever. Turn my attention to this area here. This piece is just barely tacked in. So I'm going to put some studs underneath it. And I'm not going to worry about this side over here too much. There's a hole there. I'll tackle that right now. Okay, so there you go. Now I want to come in here and fill these other two areas here. Now that's why I grabbed another one of these to set here. Is that sturdy enough? Well, if I add a stud there, it will be. I'll just back one on the back and then just drop it in there. Now I got two holes to fill in. It'd be better if I leave it like that, not put a brick there. It'd stick out too far. So I think what I'm going to do is stick a plate on there. You've all seen those. If you play Minecraft, you've seen those little tan mushrooms. I'll have to make one of those and shove it in there. And I'll need to get a brick, 2 bricks to shove in that hole. So let me grab let me grab a 1x1 brick first. And well, I have a ton of medium nougat. Cool. And then I'll just grab some oddball color. Yeah, that'll work. And then I need to get the 1x1 plates out. Make one of those little mushroom things. And we need I think a 1x2 plate in that one area. Yeah, I think I'm just going to focus on just this panel today. At least I could say I'm halfway done. All right. Oh, we need to get a 3 in there. So I'll just make one of these. Stick that in here. There we go. That fills that in. And then here is this little pillar. I'm just going to drop that right down in there. And there we go. Now I need to fill this in here with a plate. And I thought it was a 1x2. No, I need a 1x3. And I don't even know if I have those in 1x3 form. I have to look for a bulged bin because my 1x3 bin is full. Like, it's overflowed. And I have a bunch on the top. I must have just parted out the set. Alright, let's set that in there, and then that'll take care pretty much of the road. You got the driveway here for the other campsite. And it's kind of rugged. Here's the road. The 2 plates. The 1 plate is going to come right about here. So right now I'm not worried about that. Now I want to turn my attention to around here. So, well, we're not done with the road yet. I forgot. We got to do this up here too. Let me grab a. There we go. And then here, well, let me just grab a let's grab a nougat or something and kind of put that in there. Or whatever I can grab first. And then I'm going to start, I want that ground there. I got too many bins, I'm tripping over them. I want this ground here to be up a little higher than this. So I'm going to come in and start building this up here, and we're going to put plates right on the top where it'll cover this zigzag line up here. Okay, so what I need to do is find the green plate bin, and to make this not so painful, that's all I have left. I got to be very careful what I use here. Not a lot of wedge plates. Well, I don't have a lot of them in there that will work with this. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to grab a 2x4 here, put a 2x4 plate here. You know, let's put a 2x6 here and a is that even? 6 and 4, yeah. Let me do that. The reason being is I want to build up the ground right there. I just need enough to fix a few plants to the ground. And yeah, I'm going to have to build up this right here with some plates. All right, so does it matter where I put it at? I can put it here, or I can put it here, but there's more span here. So I can go like this if I want to. But the road on the other side is straight. I want to kind of keep them straight, so there you go. And that's what it looks like there. Okay, now I want to wrap around. Remember the driveway is supposed to go like this, so now I could probably use one of these round ones here, like that. And I got a little bit of a hole there. If I drop it down, but I don't want it to be built up too high there. Well, where's the other bin at for these? Let me start picking these up so I can start pulling these out. That's too sharp. Pick up some more tan. Well, I thought maybe I had a little 3x3. There we are. That's what I'm looking for there. And I can just shove that in there like that. Okay. I kind of want to tickle this line here, so I didn't want to do it like this too much. I'd have to do that, but look, I got that hole back there again. So what do? I'll just have to take another plate, a 2x4, and we'll have to shove it in there. Yeah, sometimes this stuff doesn't work the way you want it. And I'm going to need to get a bunch of grays here. Okay, remember we're going uphill slightly, so I got to remember that. All right. And then here, and I'll just take the remainder and put some stuff in. So we'll do this. And then now I can have a little bit of the green spilling in, but if I'm using that, I may as well use the big piece, huh? What about one of these big pieces here? Like a half circle, what would that look like? If I use that half circle there, that wouldn't be too bad, huh? Then I can just kind of bounce it around, but, well, I don't know. All right, so before I do anything, let's just build that up real quick. And then we'll start doing a baseline setup for this. I think what I'm going to do is just grab a couple of 1x6s. And then I'll start getting the bigger green pieces and draping them in here. And I didn't drag those bins out yet, so you know what I'll be getting up to get. Okay, so here I can stick a 6x6 here. Okay, and that's fine. A 6x8 here. Or Whoops. I want it to be kind of raised up in this area. A little bit raised here, a little bit raised here. This is fine because I was going to wrap around this corner. 6, an 8, and a 10 would be fine. But I'm just going to get a 6 and 2 8s. Wait a minute, but I don't want to do that because of this. So I want to just get a 6, an 8, and a 4x8, and we'll place it here. If I want to round this corner off right here, then things change up a bit. I need to get a 6, an 8x8 here, then I can move it around. So that there makes this corner really soft. That's what I wanted to do. So, and I believe I have some of those in that color. How I know that, because when I was rating the bins, I found a bunch of them the other day. I got to get them out because I should have put the colors that I don't like using at the bottom there, and then I can set that right there. See, it fits in all the way. It's not supposed to do that. And then I got to find my other bin with the 4x8 plates. That's always missing. That bin gets lost so much. I think it's a common size that I use, and it's lidless. I don't have a lid for it. I know I didn't put it in the other room. And let's see here. Let me just go while I'm here. Well, they're 6x8s. And I need a 6x6. This bin's about the bulge too. Okay. And if you really want a lush dark green forest, just use some darker colors. So I'd say something like that. I'm going to commit to this one now because, well, it's here and I can just get it done real quick. And then we'll set that right there. Oh, we only need one stud for that. Okay. Get that out of there. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll fill this in with some smaller plates here. And I'm just going to build up the terrain a little bit in this area, just a little bit, just to tickle it up a bit. And I'll take this one here. And I'm not going to commit to this one yet because I'm going to need to put a little bit more support in here. I got plenty of these gray ones. Yeah, so for you guys out there who are scared of Minecraft sets, I'm going to be honest with you. I may as well just be blunt with you too. Those are the sets you want to hoard up. Even if you don't like the game, I know a lot of Lego guys don't like it. We said we're going to do that. There we go. I got that bird knocked out. But if you don't like Minecraft, you know, you may want to rethink that, because that is where the terrain pieces are at. I wish I could get more Lego guys into Minecraft. We're waiting for the 120 archaeological stuff to come out because I'd like to refire up the Minecraft server and just kind of have fun on that. Alright. And then I will shove this here. That'll be enough to hold this plate in here. I'm not going to commit to it yet because now I can stick a 6 in here and put a 1x6 here. 2x3s would be fine here and here, but the middle would sink in. So we'll just do that. I think that's fine. Okay, get that committed down in there. And we got to fill that little hole there. Get that one filled in and we're ready to go. I still need to find the, oh, that's right, we weren't going to use those plates, huh? Because I changed it. I don't need the 4x8s right now. And sticking this plate on here won't be too bad. And then just filling this little hole here, that would be enough to suffice. And that's okay. That's okay. I want to build this up a bit more. Well, I'm talking about using these up. I can put this here, right? Just to kind of build up the ground a little bit. So, yes, it's a plate on a plate. Just going to have to muscle that down in here. But if I take this apart, I can just peel it off at that joint. So it's not like it's right in the middle of another plate and it's almost nearly impossible to get that off. Okay, I can stick some wedge plates in here or stick a 1x4 here and a 1x4 here. And I'm going to go ahead and stick some 1x4s in there really quick. And then after we're done with that, then we'll have to tackle this hole at the bottom, and there you go. Now we got our spur for this. It kind of wraps around here. This seems a bit too square. But remember, I'm going to have plants hiding that. Okay. Yeah, let's add something there, because that just looks a little too doesn't look too exciting. So let's see if we can add something here. There we go. Should have added some tan in there. Yeah, I don't want to have to take that out. There you go. We'll put the campsite number in there and stuff like that too. So there we go. We're not done yet, folks. Except for that right there, but we're still going to see that. This is what a Mills plate looks like. You can connect these up with other ones. That's why I use this method. Wasn't too fancy of it at first. Now you can't get me away from them. Okay, now the last thing I want to tackle is this hole right here. What I'm going to be doing is I want the ground to kind of go on top of this too. So I need to build this up another plate. So what do we do here? I can grab some wedge plates and start sticking things like this. This is obviously too big, but I can come in here, do something like that. And it's okay to have dirt there too. I don't care. I can just move this over right here. I don't care about that because I could stick a slope there. So I think I'm going to do that. And here, well, that's going to be easy. Let's stick a 6x6. But before I do, let me find that last section that I can't find. And because that has the other part of the campsite in here, which is just two little pieces. So going to be impossible to show you here, but that goes on like that. This is the road here. Yeah. And remember, this is two plates here, but remember I have that landscaping bar that's going to go here. Not too terribly bad. And we'll do that. We'll do this part in another installment here. I just want to look at this corner here. The road is coming right here. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and put a, you know what, maybe I don't want to put that in there because it's going to get too high in that corner. I don't want to take away too much from the road. No, that doesn't work. That would work there. If I had one of those little 3x3s, it would work perfect. I think that's fine. I hope it doesn't fall off. Falls, it shouldn't break anyways. If I shove that there, that would be pretty good. Matter of fact, I can just do this and just put a 1x3 in there, or just shove a column in there would be fine. Oh, because here's the deal. When I come on the top like this, I am going to be doing something like that to kind of give this one here a little bit more of a softer feel on the top. So if I decide to do this, I can shove that there, and that would be a little better than, you know, this would be a little, just going to put a little bit of a thing here. Or, let's get that out of the way before that falls. I can just stick a 1x6 here, or a 2x6 here, a little bit, just bridge it over the top. Do that, and then I can actually build on the top with some of these random weird size plates. Like I can come in here, take this one here, and do something like that or something. Or stick this one here. And that would work pretty good. And then, like, just take this wedge plate, stick that there. And then here, remember, it's going to go over like this too, so I got to be careful. That plate, that type of plate I never really use, so. And I have one I can't grab. Usually that's how it is. I shove this here. It looks pretty good. Okay. That'll build up that terrain there. All right. And of course here, if I really wanted to, I could stick a 1x2 there. Okay. I think we're going to do that. Now this is just sitting on top. So let's say I were to commit, press this down here, put this one here. I think that's how it went. Because we had this here, and we had this angle one here like that. Okay. Remember, I got to make sure I have enough space for my camping accessories. So if I shove this here, oh wait a minute, that's not supposed to go there. And no, I do not have a photographic memory on how this stuff's supposed to go. Or I can just do it like this too. And then shove this one here. I think we'll do that. It means I got to put a stud underneath there too. Okay. And then here, that means right here I can come in and fill this with a 1x4. Well, I kind of want to put a little bit of a step in here too. It's going to be like this. So how would you do that? Just take, this part here is going to hang over a little bit. I didn't like that. It's okay to have the ground hang over a little bit, but if I stick a plate in here, I mean, I guess I could leave it like that too. I was talking about putting a 1x2 here. If I do, that would be okay. It's just going to hang over like that. I mean, that's fine. I guess I can just take that 2x2 I found and shove it in that hole. Like right here. Because you'll still see the side of that there. And then here, just take a maybe take a 2x6 here. If I do take a 2x6, it would cover this spot up here, and then just put a 2x3 here, and that would secure this whole corner in. So let's go get a 2x6, and I'll have to pull another bin out to get the 2x3s, or maybe not. This one I got lucky, it's sort of at the top. You know, why don't I do the other one after this, as I'm getting tired. I got to get back to some work related stuff. Okay. And then yeah, I'll have to make that video, sadly. We'll worry about that another time. And then we'll just mash that down, because I don't even use these. And now I got a nice terrain here. Okay. And this part's hanging over a little bit. Ooh. I don't like the way that is right there. We're going to have to fix that up. All right, this is really hanging over. I didn't mind this little spot here, but this right here is really bad. Let me get a 1x2, and we're going to patch that in at the corner. Okay, right here. And then now I can replace these back in here. That is a perfect spot there for a tree. So put a tree right here. Maybe put a tree here and some vegetation. Okay, let's kind of obscure this a little bit. And then right here, remember the road's going to be like this. Well, I could shove a 1x2 in there too, just to kind of fill it in. I don't need to, I can have the ground hang over a little bit. Sometimes when you're in the forest, sometimes you'll see a little ground erosion. So we'll just pretend that and have the grass kind of hang over in that corner there. And then we'll just slide that right in there, and there we go. That's how I want it to look there. And you know what? I don't have any nougat there like I do over here. I'm going to take that out. Okay, just take it. I don't think I have any nougat 2x4s. If I do, I'm going to shove one in there real quick. If not, I definitely have 2x3s. I have plenty of dark orange. Well, there's one. Yeah, I'm going to have to order some more nougat 2x4 plates. I didn't think that would be a color I'd use. And this is why I use the studs. So I can easily just peel that up. And then we can set that down. Make a newer copy of this. Remember, I got to blend it in with the other part of the road too, so now it looks pretty good. And that, I think, is pretty good there. Now, remember I had some boulders on the other part of the other side of the road too. And there's really not a whole lot you could put rocks on this side. There's rocks over here, but there's nothing over here. Rocks, I've been thinking about adding a couple of boulders in here, not just some side rocks. You know, I can always take the studs, kind of just set them on here like this as little stones, like that. Just like, you know, something like this right here. Matter of fact, if I can get that out, instead of having that hang over, I want to just shove that there. Have a little stone protruding out of the bottom there. There's some little pebbles and stuff here. We'll just place one right there. Now it looks like we got some stones and stuff. So, for boulders, I may have a place to put one. Not in this module, but that's pretty much about it. So I'm going to pick up my mess here. Try not to mix all these up. And we're going to see what 3 of these look like side by side. Why? Because I'm curious. Curious George. All right. I want to see exactly what we got here. All right. So we'll slide that up there. And yeah, I'm going to have to pick all this up, move it around just so I can get to setting this up here. You can fast forward. I'm not really going to index these because they're just kind of like a hodgepodge full of ideas. So it's kind of hard to index stuff when your thoughts are all over the place. And that's one. Where's the other guy at? This one goes down here. Okay, we're missing that one over there. Oh, there it is. Oh, no, that's not it. That one we haven't gotten to yet. So now it's starting to look more like a campground. Yes, these are starting to get pretty heavy. So now there we go. And as you can see, that's pretty much what we've gotten done so far. And well, we got a big hole there. And that one I just had will be the next installment. And this one goes like this. So we got our large camping spur here. Basically, the next installment, I'm going to come in here. We're going to build up the road first along this edge here. Build this up first. This little corner here, I could do that right now if I really wanted to, huh? I'll save that for the next thing though. So we're just going to tie it in here. Looks like we got a road here. It's kind of unlevel. Matter of fact, what I should have done is I should have brought this over here. But you know, it's a road. It's going to be kind of bumpy. It's not like driving on a smooth freeway. So go this way. You can go straight. You can turn. The one thing I can think of now is we got to build the road up here, and then we're going to come in here, wrap around here, and this is where the meadow is going to be right here. We're going to start bringing this lower. That's why you don't see any of these 1x4 Technic bricks here. So now we're actually going to work with low grade, and we're still not done yet, but that's 3 pieces. The next installment, we're going to hopefully going to get at least this thing filled in. And I'm hoping I can rustle up some more plates, because if not, yeah, let me take a look here before I let you go here. Let's see here. All I got is like this one left. And I might be able to set this one probably here. I haven't went through my 6x10 plates yet. So if I have some 6x10s, I can fill this in real quick. All right. Or just put this one right here. I don't know yet. We'll have to see though. But remember though, just have an open mind that there will be terrain right here. This is not a driveway. This is going to be a little piece of land here. Okay. So yes, until we meet again, that's it. So we're getting close.